Hi, good afternoon, and welcome. I'm Katie Julius. She is editor here today to finish out our week on what type of homeschooler are you. I hope guys have had a chance to watch our videos from some of our other homeschooling moms from earlier this week, and I've learned a lot about all the different types of homeschooling that there is. And again, that is definitely not an exhaustive look at any of those particular styles or all the styles that are out there, but we just kind of wanted to give you some of the more popular ones right now. Today, I'm going to talk about an eclectic homeschooling style. And that basically means it's kind of a mix of a bunch of different styles. And the thing that I found most appealing to this is that I could kind of pick and choose from all the other methods what I liked about them and what works for my family, and then go with it. Um, I can cater to the changing the schedules that we might have, or if you have multiple children, you can cater to different styles that your children might have. It's also a lot easier to change course if you're not all invested into one specific style, if you find that's not working for a certain child or your family as a whole. As I mentioned on Monday, I actually started out as a traditional homeschooler. I was very much drawn to I have a workbook, I have a teacher guide, and I can go through and do my schedule and have it all set for me. But I found that didn't work really well for my daughter, so we had to kind of adapt. It was a little bit too structured, a little bit too schooly for my daughter. For me, it would have been perfect. I'm still fairly traditional in our math and our language arts programs or curriculums. I switched out math actually at the beginning of this year to try to get her to understand some of the concepts that were a little more difficult for her. So I tried another curriculum. We went through, we kind of skipped things that we knew really well, and then came back to our old curriculum once she understood place value was what she was really struggling with. So I really wanted her to have a really firm foundation in that. So I kind of switched up a little bit halfway through. For phonics, we use Logic of English. If you're not familiar with that, it's a little bit pricey, I will say that, but I absolutely love Logic of English. It is a very logical approach to phonics and learning to read. And I have learned so much, even just through the little bit that we've gone through the program. And it's really great for kids who struggle to learn to read or have difficulties learning to read. And the thing that drew me to it was the really hands-on approach to it. It's not, when you first look at it, you're like, oh, this is really schooly, really traditional. It's very teacher-led. It gives you a script. So if you like that, then that's another reason to like it. But it has games in it, and it has a lot of activities and kinesthetic learning, and you practice singing the song, the sounds of the letters by jumping around like a bunny rabbit kind of thing. And so that was really right up my daughter's alley. For other topics or other subjects, we kind of go a little bit more of a gentle approach. For our science, I use a little bit of Charlotte Mason, a little bit of unit studies in that. I use a lot of living books. The library, we check out so many books from the library, but both my daughter and my library cards are always maxed out at 50, whether it's for our history or our language arts that we're reading or science. So we use our library books a lot to help kind of supplement a spine or of a textbook that kind of helps me with the structure that I need to help me plan, and then to incorporate kind of those stories that my daughter really enjoys reading and learning from. We use, I lost my spot in my notes, I apologize. This year we've used master books. And if you're really into a Charlotte Mason gentle approach, but kind of like the structure of a textbook, they're a really great source for that, for science. And so we really liked that approach. And then again, I supplement with a lot of hands-on activities and books from the library. And then for history, I also do a little bit of a Charlotte Mason right now. We are going through the American Girl books. If you have a girl that or a boy that's really into that, but girls especially, my daughter has absolutely loved reading those books. And then I have brought in some activities drawing a teepee or something like that, or painting a canoe, or learning how to cross stitch. So a lot of hands-on activities that kind of gave her an idea of what life would have been like in a certain time period for her age back, 200, 300 years ago and all the way through. And then, I'm sorry, I keep losing my spot. So that's what we're doing right now. In a couple of years, we're going to do California history, which I'm super excited about. And I will, again, take more of a literature approach to that. And then I'm going to kind of switch gears. I'm planning to switch gears a little bit and go with a more classical approach to history, in that they really have a chronological history. And we're going to do 2 4-year cycles, 5th through 8th grade, and then high school for 4 years, and go through each of those with a more kind of a classical approach to that. That could change between now and 5th grade, but that's my plan as of now. Many of our studies in general, I supplement a lot with activities, hands-on activities. I found my daughter really learns well that way. She loves to be involved in an activity and kind of learn through experiencing things. And so she really enjoys arts and crafts. So Pinterest has been my best friend for that. So if we're doing something, for example, we were learning human anatomy. And so we made a spine out of egg carton, with a little, cut up each little egg holder part of the carton and made like a pipe cleaner through it. So we could show kind of how a spine worked. We, like I mentioned earlier, painting teepees. And then we also go on a lot of field trips. I try to find free and low cost ones that are around me, and there are a lot. If you can get a group together, you can get group rates to a lot of places too. So for example, when we're studying American history, we live in Southern California. So right across the street from Osprey Farm is in a replica of Independence Hall. So we use that. When we were studying plants and trees and things like that, we went on a nature hike, zoo and aquarium, hopefully when they open again, when we finish studying animals at the end of this year. So I incorporate a lot of that. So it's a lot of different things, kind of a little bit of unit study, a little bit of Charlotte Mason, kind of all thrown into one. So that's kind of what it looks like for our curriculum, kind of what we do throughout the year. And like I said, at the beginning of the week, I think it's really important to be open to change. You can try something that really is attractive to you and find that it doesn't work, and that's okay. That's one of the great things about being able to homeschool, is that you have the freedom to be able to change your mind, to change your course, so that you can create the education that is best for you, that is best for your child, and that's best for your family, that's going to make you most successful in helping your child learn and develop a love of learning. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining us these last 7 or 8 weeks, however long we've been doing this now. We really pray that what we've been sharing with you has been helpful, that it's been an encouragement to you, that you have found ways to incorporate that into your teaching, whether you're a regular homeschooler or you are a temporary homeschooler. We plan to continue our Tips at 3 beginning next week on a weekly basis, so we hope you'll still join us for those, but we're not going to be doing this every day anymore. But we do want to let you guys know about some really cool events that we have coming up this summer that we think will be very beneficial. Again, whether you're a regular homeschooler or a temporary homeschooler, we're calling it our summer series, and we're really excited about this. It's going to be a series of virtual events, kind of in place of our convention that we don't get to have this year. And our first event coming up is actually on May 12th, and that is for our new to homeschooling. And that I'm really excited about, because it gives us a chance to share with all of you guys who are interested in learning more about what homeschooling is all about. And we have our keynote speaker, who is supposed to be with us this year, is actually going to come and visit with us virtually. And we've got some representatives from HSLDA and FPM who are going to talk about the legal side of homeschooling, as well as some veteran homeschooling parents who are going to share their stories with you and answer questions. And so it'll be a really great time. I'll go ahead and put the link in the comments below for more information about that. You do have to register, but it is a completely free event. And so make sure you share that with all of your friends. And for more information about all of our summer series, we're still finalizing a few details, so not everything's up yet, but we do have information about what we do know, and that's on our website at California Homeschool Conventions with an S.com, and I'll post that in the comments as well, so you guys can visit us. So again, thank you so much for watching. May God bless you and your family. And we hope to see you guys at one of our virtual summer events this summer. So have a great weekend.